The Las Vegas Raiders kind of made out like bandits in the 2023 NFL Draft, really for a plethora of reasons. Number one, Tyree Wilson, love him at 7. Really felt like even though he had a Liz Frank injury, the foot injury, I'm not worried about it. I think that they checked medicals. He's going to be fine. He's going to play. Probably not going to be a double-digit sack guy like Max Crosby right off the bat, but he's one of the highest graded run defenders in all of college football last year. Plus, there's a lot of physical tools to really like about the kid. Also, Michael Mayer, steal the draft, no question in my mind, probably was the number 1 tight end, and he fell to the Raiders in the second round, who traded up for him, by the way. Great move by Dave Ziegler and company. And then finally, we talked about Trey Tucker and Byron Young in past videos, but the one player we haven't really shed a lot of a light on is cornerback Jakorian Bennett coming up out of Maryland. Now, what you need to know about Jakorian Bennett is the dude can just flat out run. Now, that obviously doesn't just necessarily mean that they're going to be a really good corner if all they can do is run, but I think that also stats and past trends can definitely tell us a lot about a player. And a guy like Jakorian Bennett, really excited about him. 39 tackles last year for Maryland, had a couple of interceptions, as well as 24 passes defensed over the last 3 years. I think that's definitely a showing sign, if you will, a telltale sign, whatever, of a player that is always at the point of attack with the football and the opposing wide receiver. Also, you saw last year was targeted a total of 54 times, allowed 24 catches. Less than 50% of the passes that were thrown his way were completed for 309 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Yes, had a 47.5 passer rating when thrown at, and overall had a PFF coverage grade of 70.3. And, if we're being honest, if you just look at the defense here, yes, he's going to be most likely-ish behind Duke Shelley, but I don't think that's a problem. I think Duke Shelley could definitely teach a player like Jakorian Bennett a lot of things. And, he's not that big, 5'10", 5'11", that 190 to 200-pound range, so he's not a condor, but I don't think he needs to be. I definitely think that he's going to have, there's going to be some growing pains as a rookie, as there usually are, but I think that there's a lot of things to like about Jakorian Bennett. He can run with anybody in the NFL. I feel very comfortable saying that, and I also feel like we're getting kind of a fighter, kind of a dog, a guy that, like you saw, 24 passes defense. There's a reason for that. In other words, no one's catching this ball on my watch, and I love it. I think Jakorian Bennett, this year I think is going to be a perfect opportunity for him to, honestly get his feet wet in the NFL. And they're really just trying to see what kind of a player he is. Plus, it's not like the Raiders can get worse at cornerback. I'm going to knock on wood. I mean, can they? I don't know. Nate Hobbs, I'm really excited to see what he does in year 3. I hope he really gets back on track. I'm also really excited about Duke Shelley. We've talked about him a lot this offseason, but Jakorian Bennett, to me, I think is definitely the biggest sleeper draft pick here for the Raiders, and I think you got to be excited about him. I think there's a lot to build on here. We'll see what this pass rush can do and the rest of this linebacking core as well, but Jakorian Bennett definitely, to me, is going to be the Raiders' biggest sleeper draft pick in the 2023 NFL Draft. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below. Leave that like and that comment. That's what helps people find the show. But overall, let us know what you guys think about the Las Vegas Raiders' biggest draft sleeper in Maryland cornerback Jakorian Bennett.